The publisher Flying Edge brought out Amazing Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin on the Sega GameGear in 1992. I have to say, I am not good at this game, but I do need to get into it and play it a little better. This is really packed with a lot of villains. Dr. Octopus, the Lizard, Electro, Sandman, Hobgoblin, Venom, of course the Kingpin, as the title says. So one of these days I'll actually sit down, or, well, days being a little ambitious, but one of these weeks or months I'll sit down and actually try to get all the way through this game myself. I also gotta say, I do love the fact that the top score, which is no way ever gonna be beat, at least by me, happens to be the name Lee. But here we go. Alright, from the manual, here are the controls. Basic functions. Directional pad or D button. Press left or right to move Spidey, left or right. Press to climb upward on Spidey's web. You would press up, press down, climb down. Also to squat. Button 1, press to attack, punch or kick Spidey's enemies. Press to shoot web at Spidey's enemies. And press to start the game. Button 2, press to jump, press to cling the walls, and press to start the game also, just like button 1. Sticking to the walls, press button 2 to jump in the air, press button 2 again to have Spidey stick to the wall, maneuver Spidey around on the wall using the D button, press button 2 a third time to have Spidey jump off the wall. Be careful, Spidey is vulnerable when he is crawling on the walls. Kick attack, press the D button down and press button 1. Web attack, press the D button left or right and press button 1. Options mode, to bring up the options icon, press 1 and 2 simultaneously. You'll use this to, I believe, sell pictures to Robbie, which you can only sell the villains once, but you need this for web shooters. If you run out of web fluid, you have to use money to get it. You can also go home where you can rest, but if you rest, you take away from the 24 hours you have to find the bomb, which is actually, for an old game like this, pretty intricate, and I kind of like it. At the same time, I'm not good with games that way, so time being against you doesn't always pan out. On-screen items, over on the left-hand side, you have a timer. You'll always know just by glancing at the top of the data window on the left side of the screen just how much time remains for you to topple a Kingpin and save the city. 2. Life bar. This bar will appear when you are not in the options screen. It gets smaller as Spidey suffers damage. When Spidey is near death, it will turn red. 3. Web cartridges remaining. Below the life bar are blocks which represent how many cartridges of webbing Spidey has left. The only way to get more web is to sell your pictures and purchase more webbing fluid. 4. Web remaining in current cartridge. These lines shrink from left to right whenever Spidey uses his web. Whenever these lines disappear, a new cartridge is employed and a block will disappear from the remaining cartridges. 5. Spidey sense. Whenever Spidey senses danger, the icon will flash for a short time. This usually indicates that one of Kingpin's henchmen is nearby and Spidey should be careful. Since you can run out of web fluid, and you have to earn more by selling pictures in order to make money, one of the things that the manual actually suggested is when you're attacking a boss, especially since you can only take a picture once of them to sell, get them wrapped up, quick jump into the options by pressing 1 and 2, pick your camera, and snap a picture of them at that moment, and then use that one to sell. Overall, game control is actually really not too bad on this game. Once I kind of figured out what I was doing, I actually read the manuals after I played them for a little bit, just so I know what I'm talking about on here. But overall, it was kind of not very intuitive until I read the manual. So I do suggest if you Google it, look it up. It's the same as the Master System. This is an 8-bit version being on GameGear. And overall, it's not too bad. In my last video, there was a sewer system for the X-Men game that I did a video on, and there's also one in this one. And if you do look at the two, you'll notice, though, the X-Men game does have a much higher detail, which I was kind of disappointed about. But as far as Spider-Man games go, I've played a lot worse. This one is really actually not too bad. If you liked the video, feel free to subscribe and like it, or leave a comment below. I openly admit, still don't know what I'm doing 100% here, but I'm just giving it a try and seeing which ways of making the videos work better for me and help me get them out, but still make them decent to watch. Otherwise, thank you.